Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be creating this cute little Halloween set. I'm starting off with MB27 Nude. I put that down, and then I've got these little flowers and this glitter. The flowers are like a paper flower. They're not like real flowers. But I went ahead and laid some base coat down, put the glitter, and just started putting like glitter in random little places. And then I start placing these little paper flowers in different areas. I wanted to show you again how I encapsulate. I do have another video that I have shown how I encapsulate, but I'm going to show it again for anyone who is new. This is how I do my encapsulation when I'm doing certain things like this, like flowers, dried flowers, these paper flowers. Because if you notice these paper flowers, when you put them down, they tend to stand up and stick out. There's just no getting around that. I mean, I guess you could try to slightly bend them, but I take a piece of, plastic, like cellophane, and gently place on top and then pull tight once it's on there, so that way the flowers don't move around, and then I will flash cure it just like that. When you do this, it pulls them down and curves them into the nail shape, and that way nothing is sticking up. You will have some like little wrinkles, as you can see right here. I'm just taking a little buffer and buffing out those little wrinkles. If you do get them, you can just do this. You can just buff them out and it'll get rid of that. But that is how I do my encapsulation. And then I just take a nail wipe and just wipe off the excess dust. And then I go in and I'm using Beetles builder gel. It is my favorite builder gel ever that I've used. It's easy to work with. I absolutely love it. I'll link everything that I'm using in the description below, but I go in and put on a coat of this, just making sure to get it everywhere, wipe off those sides, and be careful with builder gel because it can shrink the nail if you put too much on it, like too many layers. Usually just one layer is good enough. And then after it cures, I wipe it off and then just start buffing out any lumps or bumps or anything like that, so that way the nail is nice and smooth. That is what you see me doing here. And then I just brush it off, and there you go. It's nice and smooth, and that's how I do my encapsulation. So I'm going to do the exact same thing onto the pointer finger. And I did that off camera. But then I go in with the nude, and I start putting it at the bottom, and I'm going to use an ombre brush and just kind of fade that up, because that's, yeah, sorry. So this, I know it's not really Halloween anymore right now, but this was a last video that I recorded like 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to get it out. I kind of forgot about it, and so that's why I am getting it out now, because it's not too far past Halloween. But yeah, so now I just go in and I'm starting to draw this ghost. I got this ghost idea actually from Tino. If you know him, you probably have seen a nail set that he did that had like this ghost, but that's where I got this little ghost idea from, except I start adding like flowers and stuff to mine. But I got that idea from him, and so that's what I'm doing here. We're just drawing out the ghost in white. The white that I'm using is it's actually by Nailzbydev by Val. It's in Bunny White. It's one of her new gel polishes that she come out with, and it is a really good white. It's thick, it's very pigmented. I actually love it. So that's what I'm doing here, just filling in that ghost. So now that I got the ghost all filled in, I am going in with the Baddest Black Gel Liner by Nailzbydev. and just starting to outline the ghost. And I wanted to do the outline, you know, like where it's, you can tell like it's flowing, like where the ghost at the bottom is flowing. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. By drawing in where you draw the lines, it's making it look like it's nice and flowing. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing here. Then I use a shading gel. It is also by Nailzbydev, but if you don't have a shading gel, that's perfectly fine. You can just take some like base coat or top coat and mix in just like a dot, like just a couple of dots of black, and you'll have a like milky black. And that's the same thing you can use for shading. That is what I use. That's what I used before I bought this shading gel in black. But yeah, so that's what you can do. And I'm just going in and shading in different areas of the ghost to make it look more, you know, like realistic and pretty. I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but yeah, so I'm just going in and shading in some areas and making it look more like realistic. And then I just flash cure that. And then we go in and start drawing the lines, or the eyes, sorry. For the eyes, it's kind of just like an almond shape almost, or it's almost like the same eyes that you do when you're drawing like ghost face, is what I was going for here, which is kind of like a bean shape, I guess, or like an almond shape, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing here, and just coloring in the eyes and making it come to life. Now here, I wanted to show you that these were the colors that I used to mix to get like these browns and orange and yellow colors. I'm always mixing gels together to get like my own custom colors, because I wanted it to look, you know, like really pretty fall colors for this. So I go in with some white gel, and I start doing those skull flowers that I'm sure you've seen before on this type of nail design that I was going for, but it's like little skulls that's in the center of the flowers. So I lay out the skulls first and cure that, so that way they're done and I know where I can place the petals. And then I just go in and start drawing out the flowers, doing them in orange, yellow, and brown. Once I've got all that done, the design is all laid down, I just go in and start outlining everything in black again to make the flowers stand out more. Yeah, so that's what I am doing here. I didn't really get a whole lot of Halloween nail designs out this year, just being busy with life and still like trying to sell my house and move and everything like that. So I was a little bummed out that I didn't really get to do as many Halloween designs as I wanted to. And I had quite a few designs planned out as well that I wanted to do, but I just didn't get to do them. So hopefully next year, which next year should be a whole lot different, fingers crossed, but I should be able to get a lot more like Halloween designs and stuff done then. So I'm hoping that I can get some, now that we're heading into Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a lot more of those designs done in as well. So that is what I'll probably be posting next. I know a lot of people like tend to jump into Christmas right away, like the day after Halloween. And I'm not really one of those persons. Like I like to celebrate, like Thanksgiving first and then do the Christmas. But when you have like a business, you have to like go ahead and start putting out Christmas stuff as well, because that's just how everybody is. They want to just start buying their Christmas sets or, Christmas anything ahead of time as soon as Halloween's over with. So I do have my Christmas collection out on my website that is up for you to shop. But I'm also leaving like my fall designs up as well for, the people that don't want Christmas just yet. So that is on my website if you want to check that out. And of course I will be adding to that Christmas collection as I go. So here, after I've got everything lined out, outlined, I went in and drew like some little lines for the leaves, to bring them more to life, and, just start painting in like the skull faces to make it, actually look like little skulls. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to go in and I think I add a little bit of shading to the flowers as well to make them look more realistic too. So for the background, I knew I didn't just want to leave it plain. I felt like it was just a little too plain. So I go in and start adding little dots and little stars and things like that to it, just to give it more of a look. Like, again, I just felt like it was a little too plain with just the flowers on it and that's it. So that's what I do. And I think I do that as well with the ghost too. And then I go back in with some shading gel and we'll put around my stars. I love doing that effect with the stars because it makes it look like the stars are like glowy. So whatever color I'm doing the stars in, which is usually black or white, I'll go in, with a milky color and put in the center of those stars. And then I cure that. And see here, I go in and add that to the stars, and it just makes them look better, I think, versus just leaving them like that. So yeah. So now I'm starting on the ghost and just adding some leaves where I wanted the leaves to go and like the little vines and stuff. And then I go in and add a little bit of flowers to it. I tried not to put a whole lot to where I was covering up that shading and stuff that I just did, but I knew the ghost had to have like some flowers on it as well. Didn't just want to leave him like that and that's it. I don't think that would have matched as well for like the look that, or the vibe that I was going for. So I'm just going in and doing that here, adding the leaves and some flowers. So now I've got the design pretty much done. Again, I added like those little stars and stuff to the back of that ghost. And now I knew this nail design was going to have some bling because I love bling on my nails. So I just go in, buff the nails, and I'm using Zule's glue. And I decided to go with gold stones because I felt like that color kind of went better. And then I found these little flowers that I had in my collection, and I don't really get to use these a whole lot, so I felt like it was perfect. And the colors, and they, you know, I have like some of them in fall colors, so I went with the brown little flowers and put that in there, and I think it just looks really gorgeous. This is a design that I just freestyled, came up with. I look on Pinterest for like my inspos, and again, I got my little ghost inspo from Tino. But yeah, so this design is available on my website. I know that Halloween is over with, so if you still wanted this design, you could get it. There are still people that, you know, are still wanting Halloween nails. So it is still up for a little bit longer. And then I go in with this Zule's, it's also by Zule's, it's this bling adhesive activator. You just spray it on after you got your gems placed, let it, you know, air dry for just a few seconds, and then your charms will not move. They're not going to move. It instantly dries that glue and you're good to go to top coat. So, and then I just start top coating everything. Again, I love that activator stuff because, you know, sometimes when you're using like Zule's glue, the glue doesn't dry right away. It can still be a little sticky, and you don't want that. So, and also if you're going to use this stuff, use it in a well open area, because it does have a very, very strong smell. And that is it for this set. Here is the finished results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.